Yeah. Ooh, woo, ooh, Yeah, 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 yeah. I'm in the house like carpet. Ladies, gentlemen, and knuckles, welcome back to Evan Uno. It's your host, Evan. It's been a while. How many times have I said that one? Well, today we're here for a bit of a different video. There will be no gameplay. I'm not a gamer, as they so call. So for a bit of context, I love voice actors. I love them in video games, anime, movies, TV shows in general, just like media as a whole. I love discussing actors and voice actors, but I've always leaned more towards like voice work artists and stuff. I go to a lot of conventions, and I have, especially over the past few years, met and have talked to a lot of people. All of them have been absolutely wonderful. It's an honor to be in their presence and to really talk with them, get to know more of their craft and know more about them. And I thought today I would show you my collection of signed stuff, you know? The first half will be prints that I have gotten, like, for example, like, a print would be something like that, like those Sonic posters, but like with signatures on them, of course. And then after that, I think we'll move on to other items like figures or CDs or DVDs or games that have been signed. So let's get right into it. Oh. Here I have the binder of the signed stuff, as I like to call it. Trust me, I'm working on a better name. But I thought I would go through all of these, because these are the prints, and sort of show you what's what. And you'll have to excuse the lighting because I have a spotlight kind of thing. So first off, we have Xanthe Huynh. She's most known for the voice of Haru Okumura in Persona 5 and any Persona 5 related other spin-offs. She's absolutely wonderful. She's also Erica in Pokemon Masters, like the mobile game. She does a great job there too, and she's just a bunch of other characters that I couldn't immediately name right now. So this is a signed print of her in her Noir cosplay, or her Haru cosplay. Absolutely wonderful. I got to meet her at Anime USA 2019. She always is my favorite Persona girl, so yeah. Also, if I've, like, for the people that I've met, if possible, corresponding pictures will be up here or, you know, wherever. Another print I got of Xanthe Huynh at Anime USA 2019 was this one of it's her and Haru together, and it has like the little social link points that you get in P5, and it says, "Evan, wasn't that graceful?" and then her signature. That's a Haru line. It's very nice. The artwork's really nice too. I really love it. And next we have one of many My Hero Academia signatures, because that's one of my favorite anime, like right now, possibly ever. But the Wild Wild Pussycats Mandalay, or Shino Sozaki, but voiced by Jill Harris. This is one of the ones that I have not met her at any convention, but I have gotten this signed through, I think this was Streamily. Yeah, Jill Harris's signature to Evan. Nothing too extravagant, but again, artwork is wonderful. It's always nice to support these artists and the voice artists. Just a good time all around. And I believe here is where you get the socials for the artist. If I can't get it in focus, I will have it in either the description or on the video. Now this next one is Michelle Knotts. Here she is, the cute little collage with all the Pokemon she's voiced. Her biggest roles have been, since Season 9, Battle Frontier, she has been the voice of May and Jessie. And of course, like, she's voiced all of these Pokemon. She's got, like, such a massive resume. I knew that word. Trust me. All of these Pokemon she's voiced, like Jirachi, Swoobat, Beautifly. Like, if you've heard the anime, or if you've played like Smash Brothers or even like Pokepark, you have most definitely heard Michelle Knotts. She's wonderful. And she streams on Twitch. You should check her out. I'll link her socials in the description. Now we have Ellen Stern, who voices Agatha, the Elite Four member from Kanto, in Pokemon Generations. I have some interesting stories with some of these prints and whatnot, or some of these collectibles, so if relevant, I'll sort of tell a story for each of them. So she is married to Richard Epcar, who you know as who you might know as Ansem the Seeker of Darkness and like Kingdom Hearts 2 onwards. Like, he was the replacement voice for Billy Zane. He's one of the JoJo's in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I'm sorry, I'm uncultured. I don't really watch it, but Richard Epcar has done so many voices. He's really prolific, and his wife is a voice actress too. And this was Otakon 2019 when I got this signature. We had a really nice conversation because, like, unfortunately, no one was really in line to see her at the time. So I scooted over and I was like, oh, she's Agatha in Pokemon Generations, like that little spinoff from 2016. And we got to talking, and when she was making it out to me, like, who do I make this out to? I was like, it's to Evan, E-V-A-N. I always spell my name because, like, I feel like that's kind of the thing a lot of people do, just for, like, clarity. And because I have one of the worst histories of just people misspelling my name or mishearing my name. If I had $1 for every time my name has been misspelled, I'd have at least $100, maybe more. But the thing is, she said, oh, of course that's how you spell it. How else would you spell it? And I went off, like, not went off, but I just said, if I had a nickel for every time somebody spelled it as even or effin or misheard me as Ethan or, like, Kevin, and she would be like, I would never, ever name you like that. Like, the name is one of the highest points of your identity. It is important to get right. And it's just like, she felt me. She was so sweet, so wise. I'm really happy I met her. I also hope that you don't mind that this is going to be largely unscripted. Now, here we have... there's probably a better way to do this, but I'm doing it this way for the time being. Lisa Ortiz, an absolutely prolific voice actress. She has done numerous voices on Pokemon. She's kind of been with the anime since day one and has almost stayed consistently with it, even through the voice changes. She was Amy Rose in Sonic X and for Sonic games from 2005 to 2010. She's Burnin in My Hero Academia. She's Lena Inverse in Slayers, another classic. She's in so many things, and it's wonderful to always hear her voice. She was, like, the first voice actress that I ever really, like, looked into or, like, researched her work and, like, sort of went like, oh, she voices this character, might as well watch this show, kind of thing. Like, I think she's one of the ones that got me into, like, voice industry stuff in general. And this was GalaxyCon Live, November 2020, like when cons were still definitely, like, mostly all virtual. These nice little virtual meet and greets. And I got her signature right there. Of course, you can't really see it on this camera, but my blurry webcam at the time, I needed whatever I could get when the pandemic started for a webcam. But yeah, Lisa Ortiz, absolutely incredible, super nice, always has wonderful stories to tell. Definitely give her a chat. Definitely give her a follow if you can. Speaking of GalaxyCon, Justin Briner, the voice of Izuku Midoriya, or Deku in My Hero Academia, and of course, I don't know if you can really tell in this picture, but his webcam really blurred out, so it was kind of funny. We actually have the same headphones. Yeah, it's really hard to tell, but we did have the same headphones in this call. This was January of 2021, so I was definitely, like, just fully into My Hero at the time. I was like, ooh, a chance to talk with the boy himself. And what's also awesome is that he is of Maryland descent, just like me. We're Maryland brothers. Really nice guy. Really funny guy, too. And his signature is right here. I really hope I get to meet him at a con one day. Now we get to B from Pokemon Journeys, voiced by Tiana Camacho. So this was from a Streamly, I believe. This is when she, like, first started doing Streamly, I think. And she had this wonderful B print. I always love looking at this. The artwork is fantastic. And what it says is, Evan Smith, happy birthday. I won't give up, so neither should you. Tiana Camacho. What's funny is that I think she gave me technically 2 of them, because I don't know if that was just an error or something, but I remember saying she signed the first one that I got, or, like, the one that I got, and then I said in the chat, oh, this will make a great birthday present. And she was like, oh, it's your birthday? Oh, I gotta add something like that. But I actually ended up meeting Tiana Camacho at Otakon this year. I don't know why I thought it was so far away, but yeah, Otakon this year, really nice. And I also have another thing that is signed from her, but that is a bit later. And I guess since we're on it, Here's one from, again, Lisa Ortiz. This is a lot of the Pokemon that she voices and the human characters, or the trainers. So, like, she's the voice of Sabrina from, like, the really old original series arc. I feel like a fake fan because I can't immediately remember if this is Daisy or Lily. But she's one of Misty's sisters. Karina, Flannery, Commander Mars, and of course just a whole load of Pokemon. I think that she actually took over for some of Casey Rogers' roles when she retired at the beginning of Sun and Moon, because Casey used to voice Totodile, I know that, and now Lisa is the voice of, like, the regular Totodiles. And of course she's Litten, Torracat, Oshawott, Duat, Samurott. Really just a good choice of Pokemon. And Poipole, Naganadel, just wonderful stuff. I actually... I don't completely know what this says. I'm really bad at reading cursive. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. It's something about Pokemon, like Poke Love Forever, like Rise to Evolutions. I know that's like 25% it. Again, I'm really sorry, but I just love this print. Okay, and here we have a print of Lucina signed by Alexis Tipton. Now, for those of you that don't know or might know, Lucina was originally voiced by Laura Bailey in things like Fire Emblem Awakening and I believe Heroes at one time. And I think the original, not the original, but like Smash 3DS and Wii U. And then I think it's because Smash isn't like a unionized project. Yeah, they didn't get Laura Bailey back, or like she just wasn't able to come back because of contracting. But for some like spin-off games, I think for Smash Ultimate, Lucina is portrayed by Alexis Tipton, who also does Mei Hatsume in My Hero Academia, and it's just a plethora of other wonderful voices. I know she does a few in Dragon Ball. But yeah, it says, to Evan, challenge your fate, Alexis Tipton, Lucina. Alexis is definitely another one that I would love to meet in person one day, so maybe that dream will come true. I figured it out. If I take the print out of the case, I can show it off better. Anyway, here we have a signature of Kami Utsushimi. Her voice actress is Brittany Karbowski, who is one of my all-time favorite voice actresses. She just has the perfect voice. She's incredibly sweet. I ended up meeting her a few weeks ago at Colossal Con East. It was my very first Colossal Con as well. Fantastic con. Definitely should try out one of the Colossal Cons if you can. But, of course, this is Kami, and technically it's Imposter Kami, you know, Susasamogus Kami, Imposter. This was a GalaxyCon 2021. Yeah, and I actually was able to do a video chat with Brittany as well. I got that video chat with her last year, and then another print that is coming up sooner. Okay, so Ash is my favorite, possibly my favorite character of all time in anything ever, and by extension, Greninja is like my favorite Pokemon. And so when Sarah Natasheni was doing GalaxyCon chat sessions, I knew I had to at least get a signature, and I had to get this one of the boys back to back. It's my name, Sarah Natasheni. She's absolutely wonderful. I got to meet her at Otakon 2016, and I got to meet all other members of the Pokemon cast, like mainly from the X and Y saga. Absolutely wonderful saga. But yeah, here they are. The boys are back. I love this art so much, dude. Now, fair word of warning, this next one might be a little bit cringe, but, hey. I believe in pro-hero supremacy, and my favorite ones are, my favorite group, Wild Wild Pussycats, and my favorite singular hero is Ryukyu. I know that she has the agency, but in terms of like a specifically single operating hero, Ryukyu. Fantastic. So I've gotten this, absolutely wonderful piece of art signed by Tia Ballard, who is the voice of Ragdoll in My Hero. It says, to Evan, all my love, Tia Ballard. Tia Ballard is also another huge sweetheart. She also made a Mario comic based off the Koopalings called Koopasta. I'll see if I can link that. And of course, I have not gotten it signed by Caitlin Barr, who is the voice actress for Ryukyu, but maybe if I can send it in through like VShout or through another service, or if I meet her at a con someday, I'll definitely bring this and get the duo complete. Don't kill the part of you that is cringe. Kill the part of you that cringes. Momo Yaoyorozu from My Hero Academia, voiced by Colleen Clinkenbeard. This is definitely another really cool one in my opinion. I love the art. I think this is official, like one of the little pieces of art from the mobile games, but it says, "To Evan, create," and it has Momo and of course Colleen's signature, like her initials, with a little heart there. It's really cute art. This was at my very first Anime NYC, which I definitely hope to go back to because that was a fantastic con. Definitely like a big highlight con for me. Now this next one has a bit of a story to it in a way. So this is like one of Colleen's new headshots for like portfolios and stuff. And it says, "To Evan, my dealer, you are so amazing." And of course it has her signature again. And look at how cool she is. She's the real king, or in this case, queen of the pirates. But a second Colleen signature, and this one has a funny story. So on Twitter and stuff, Colleen says like, my son's really into Pokemon cards. Where do you suggest I get them? I've heard Amazon sometimes picks the packs to like have them against your favor for good pools and stuff. Like with the Pokemon card market, at least like last year, it was understandable why she'd be so wary of like getting where she was getting her cards. So at Anime NYC, which was a few months after like those tweets were made, I did a thing where I was dressed as Ash, Pokemon Journeys Ash, and I was just thinning out my collection of cards because like I wanted a lot of those cards out of there because I was just moving on with that part of my life, like the card collecting. So I was just going around saying, "Hey, you interested in Pokemon cards?" And I let people choose one, maybe two, and just give them away. So Colleen, it was a Saturday night. She didn't really have anyone at her booth at the time. So I came up to her and I asked her, "Okay, this is going to sound weird, but is your son still like into Pokemon cards or whatever?" And she's like, "Yes, I always have trouble like finding sealed packs that are good to open and like trustworthy." And so then I just pull out a little like deck box I had, slide it to her, and I'm just like, "Go ham. Choose whatever cards you want." And she was just like, "Oh, this is amazing. Oh my God." And she was like, "Which ones do you think you would like?" And I'm like, "Well, everyone loves Charizard and Mewtwo and Lucario and stuff. So I'd suggest like taking this and this and this." And I definitely, gave her a bit of a bias with the cards, like how many she could take. And she was like, "Evan, this is amazing. Do you want a free print?" And I'm just like, "Sure." So I chose the really cool headshot. Thank you again, Colleen. You're amazing. Continuing on from our Anime NYC 2021 trip, we have Shoto Todoroki, voiced by David Matranga, and here we just have the season 2 shot of him from the sports festival, and it says, "To Evan, don't blame me for what happens next. David Matranga." He was a really nice guy. I think it's pretty cool that he's a Zelda fan. I know he's posted about like, "I've been finally playing Breath of the Wild and it's life-changing." I think it's cool when like the people that are in these industries are fans of like media, like just like fans are and stuff. Fans of media are fans of media like fans are. That's a lot of fans. But yeah, just a simple little print, but I really do appreciate it. Next up, we have Nessa from Pokemon, specifically Pokemon Twilight Wings, voiced by Aneris Quinones. I really hope I pronounced that name. I've listened to her in podcasts and interviews, and I still feel like, even if I am pronouncing it right, I still feel like I'm pronouncing it wrong, so I'm very sorry. So she's Nessa in she's Nessa in Pokemon Twilight Wings, that little Galar animated series that's on the Pokemon YouTube channel, and she's Mirko in My Hero Academia, and she's a character called Echidna in ReZero Season 2, I believe. Like, Aneris is absolutely popping off with a lot of these performances. She's absolutely, like, she's going places. She is in places. She will continue to go to places. She's very wonderful. But it says here, Aneris Quinones, "To Evan, ride your wave." We've got this cute art of Nessa with the Feebas and the Milotic from the short that starred her. I'm really upset that Nessa didn't appear in Pokemon Journeys. Like, they have half of the gym leaders, and then like Milo, Nessa, Kabu, Gordy, and Melanie, they just don't show up at all. And it's like, come on. But still, this was a really nice. It was tough choosing between this or a Mirko print, but I think Nessa inched it out just a bit more on my scale of like who I like more. Now this one, every time I look at it, I get a little sad. So this is Dr. Takuto Maruki, who is a new character in Persona 5 Royal. He was voiced by Billy Kometz, who unfortunately passed away this year back in June. He was only 35. He's a wonderful, wonderful guy. It sounds silly, but I'm really glad I met him before he passed away. This was Katsucon 2021. It says, "To Evan, I got free snacks. Billy Kometz." When I played Persona 5 Royal, Maruki was definitely my favorite character. Like, I like Ryuji, I like Haru, but I think overall, Takuto Maruki is probably my favorite P5 character. Meeting him at Katsucon this year was just such a beautiful thing. We ended up talking a bit because he's also a couple of voices, or was a couple of voices in Pokemon. He voiced one of Professor Cerise's assistants in Pokemon Journeys. I think it was Ren. And then he's also one of the voices of, like, one of the Rotom phones. And he was Dr. Zed in Pokemon Secrets of the Jungle, or Pokemon Coco. And we were talking a bit about Pokemon, and he was like, "Oh yeah, like, I used to, in 5th grade, I would fake getting sick so I could just stay in bed and play Pokemon Red all day." And I'm like, "Oh, that's so cool." Just really, really hospitable guy. I really do miss him. Like, a lot of people miss him. It's silly to say. I don't know. Like, coming from a fan who, of course, didn't know him like a lot of other people knew him. I don't know. And we miss you, Billy. We miss you. On a happier note, here we have Go from Pokemon Journeys, or Pokemon 2019, voiced by Zeno Robinson, who, again, kind of like Aneris, is this, I wouldn't even say up-and-coming actor. Like, he's really hit the big time. He's Hawks in My Hero Academia, Go in Pokemon Journeys, and just... he's in so many things, and he just keeps growing, and it's like I'm really proud of him. It's really cool. Unfortunately, probably due to just me being a dumbass, I have some stains on this. Like, you can see it in his hand throwing the Pokeball, and a little bit throughout the print. Like, I don't even know how those stains got there. I left it in the hotel room at Katsucon, and I guess somebody must have accidentally spilled something on it, or temporarily placed a cup on it. So it's my fault for the negligence, but like, at least I still want to keep it, because of course Go is cool. Zena Robinson's really cool. It's a cool print. Next up, we have Sunny Straight, who is the original voice of Present Mike in My Hero Academia, and more recently the voice of Redestro in My Hero Academia, like the Meta Liberation Army arc. And he's actually an artist. He drew this himself, and he drew this awesome doodle of Redestro with his signature. He was the voice of Present Mike for, I believe, the first 16 or 17 episodes of My Hero. And I can't exactly remember the reason why he was recast, because I know that Dave Trosco is the voice of Present Mike now. And it's like, I think they're both wonderful. They both do really good voices for Mike. But it's definitely interesting as to the fact that he got, I guess, recast. I guess, like, things happen, you know? But, it's actually funny, because this was at Too Many Games 2022, my first TMG, and apparently when I was in line to meet Sunny, I was the first person that was like, "I want this print for Redestro," because he was like, "Everyone's here for the Present Mike." I was the first person that was like, "Nah, Redestro's cool. He's a cool guy." And of course he was absolutely wonderful, and I'll probably post a photo, but we were doing the Liberation Army pose, you know, the really good stuff. Next up is a print from one of my favorite guys. Amazing dude, Riko Fajardo. He is the voice of Kotaro Tatsumi in Zombieland Saga. He's the voice of Mirio Togata, or Lemillion, in My Hero Academia. He voices a character, I know he's a voice in Dr. Stone, and he's in a bunch of other stuff too. He's a really, really cheerful, passionate guy. He really is like a real-life Mirio. But Kotaro is an absolutely fantastic voice of his as well. Zombieland's really cute, really funny. You should check it out if you can. When I saw this print, this was at this year's Otakon 2022, the second I saw it, I was like, they're doing the soy face. They're doing the fucking soy face. And he wrote the scene, "Evan, get in the van! We have to save Saga! Go, 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 go!" Enrico Fajardo. Oh my god, they've got Romero, I think it's Romero or Romeo? Romero. The dog's name is Romero. It's such a good scene, and it's such good art. Honestly, big ups to whoever came up with the idea to commission this for a print. coming up to the most recent of prints, well, from Colossal Con 2022, the East one, the PA one. We just have a regular print of Kami Utsushimi again. From Brittany Karbowski, it says Kami, and then it says, what a snack. Honestly, one of the things that I just really like about Kami was the complete juxtaposition, or the complete tonal whiplash of it. Because you meet Imposter Kami, and she's this mysterious, kind of cryptic, like, can you really save everyone? I just clear my mind. He really likes you. I wish we could have spent more time together, Izuku. And then the real Kami is like, yo, yo, wholesome poggers, 100 T-pose, totes lit, Keanu Chungus. It caught me off guard, and I was really pleasantly surprised. She's just a fun character, and as always, Brittany is absolutely fantastic. Probably in, like, my top favorite voice actors of all time, personally. Now, this one isn't a print of a character, but it was drawn by a voice actress. So this was drawn by Kristen McGuire. She is Tatami Nakagame in My Hero Academia, one of Ms. Joke's students. She's, oh my god, I can't remember. She's like the secondary main character from That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime. Like, her and Brittany are like the main characters of that show. So like they did a panel together about their experiences on Slime. But she is also an artist, a really talented artist, as you can see. She was offering drawings of like portfolio headshots for you at Colossal Con East. And they came out really well. She did this in like not even maybe 5 minutes. Like, she's wonderfully talented. She usually goes by like at Chris Comics on like Instagram and Twitter and Facebook. Again, I'll like link to a lot of these people's like a lot of their like socials wherever applicable. But like, she made me not ugly. She made me not ugly. All right, guys, I got a new character for you. You've never seen her before. She's really underground. Very obscure voice actress. Her name's Kami Utsushimi. I'm a big fan of this character. She's very funny. This is a metallic print. This was one that was signed at Colossal Con East again. But you can see the reflection. You can see like kind of the wild setup I have. This is balancing on a Wacom tablet box and a Play Arts Kai Ryukyu Kingdom Hearts 2 figure. And then I got a couple of other things in the back that I'm going to show off. But if you ignore that, it says, Evan, this is wicked cool, yo, you know? Kami, Brittany Karbowski, XOXO. Just absolutely wonderful. 10 out of 10. But really, folks, I think it's time we move on to other characters. Like Kami Utsushimi, voiced by Brittany Karbowski. This was a really cool wall scroll that I got from Anime NYC 2021. And it says, Evan, that's cray. Kami, Brittany Karbowski. XOXO. And I promise this is the last Brittany or Kami print. I promise. But again, it was just really nice. And I guess this is a good time for a bit of a story time. So I actually at Colossal Con East, I inadvertently, well, not technically inadvertently, but like coincidentally had lunch with Brittany Karbowski's husband. So I had met her on the Friday, and of course her husband was like helping with the payments for all of the prints and like the voice over like videos that you could get from her, stuff like that. Just like handling that stuff. And then I was getting on a Saturday afternoon, I was feeling a bit peckish, so I just went to the bar that they have, like it's self-seating, of course. And then I hear a voice next to me, hey, I know that guy. And what do you know? It's Brittany Karbowski's husband. Like, I was sitting down, gonna get a little meal, a bit of a drink, and then he's there. And then we talked for a good 20 to 30 minutes. A really, really nice conversation. Honestly, a really, really big highlight of Colossal Con East. All right, I've only got a few more prints left, he says, as he has 300 more prints. No, but really. So this is one, I got to meet Sheremy Lee at Too Many Games 2022, and she's Pixie-Bob in My Hero Academia. She's also Makoto Nijima in Persona 5, Lucy Hartfilia in Fairy Tail, Chloe in Pokemon Journeys. Just like, God, all the stuff she's in. She's a really, really prolific voice actress. And it says right here, Evan, we are the wild, wild pussycats, and we love you. Love, Love, I have actually no idea what that says. But I know that's Jeremy Lee's voice actress. Jeremy Lee, the voice actress of Pixie-Bob. Love and something. I have not... I feel bad because I can't read cursive that well. Or at least, like, signature cursive. And that's me. And that's her. Next up on the itinerary is Mount Lady from My Hero Academia from Jamie Markey. The XOXO, Jamie's signature, to Evan Smith. You know, we love a big lady. We love a big lady. Mount Lady is, of course, fantastic. You might also know Jamie Markey as Junko Enoshima from the anime version of Danganronpa, or as I call it, Dang Rope. Panty Anarchy from Penny and Stocking with Garter Belt. But she's just a bunch of stuff all around. Definitely check her out. She has a very, very good portfolio of voices. Okay, I am 99.9% sure that this is the last, like, print, in a way. But this is one of the art cards from My Hero Season 4 Part 2, the Collector's Edition. And it's Lemillion holding Eri, but I got Rico to sign it and it says, Evan, I am going to be your hero. Rico Fajardo with a little smile on the O in his name. And then, of course, Mirio. Like, Mirio is one of my favorite characters. And Rico is one of my favorite guys. Just fantastic stuff all around. Now that we're done with the prints, let's get on to some other stuff.